Hey there, it is me, Lisa the Love Coach, and this one is for all the people who think that they are ready for a relationship, right? They're like, I want to be in a relationship, I want to meet my person. But I wanted to make sure that you were truly ready, so I'm going to fire off 3 questions. There are many more, but here are 3 juicy ones to ask yourself. Maybe journal on these questions if you need to. Just kind of like be with yourself with these questions to determine if you are actually ready for a relationship. Are you like full on ready to receive the love that you so want? So let's dive right in. First one to ask, is my life attractive to someone else? I wonder how many people actually ask themselves this question. Is my life attractive to somebody else? Now, this could mean a bunch of different things, right? Standing in your home. Literally, stand in every room of your house and be like, the woman of my dreams is coming over, or the man of my dreams is coming over in 10 minutes. Is this display attractive to them? Or are they going to like think things of me that I don't want them to think of me? So I'll give you an example. Let's say you have that situation and somebody comes over and they see how you live. What do you think they're going to understand about you? Or what conclusions do you think that they may potentially jump to? They don't know you from anywhere of nothingness. They know you nothing of nothing, right? You're dating somebody, it's new, and you get to the part where you're like, okay, like they can come over, or I'll go over there, it's all good, cook food, hang out, watch a movie. And so think about it. Is my life attractive to this other person? I'm going to break it down for you guys out there, okay? Many of you really need to be hiring cleaning people. Like, every other week, there should be somebody in there scrubbing it down. And you know what? I'm not even going to make this a man or woman issue, because there are plenty of stinky ladies out there who are bathrooms like Cyclone Tornado went through it, with your hair shit everywhere and panties hanging and like lady products all over the place. Like, figure it out. Is your life attractive to someone? Because they're going to come up in your house and they're going to assess it. They are. I do. I go into some dude's house and I'm sitting there like, if I get serious with this guy, right from the jump, this is what I'm thinking. Number 1, you're going to need a housekeeper, because that shit won't be me. I'm all about the tidy, right? I'm all about the tidy. Like, come over to my house and we cook dinner. Kitchen handled, sorted, cleaned, impeccable, on point, incense burning. I want no food smell in my house, right? Like, I am that person. That's how I exist in my living space. So I'm not sitting here trying to like, impose, but it is a thing. It's certainly something I look at, because I'm at a place in my life, as well you must be, because you're watching this video, where you're like, you know what? I'm really serious about the company I keep, the people I'm with, the energy, attention, who I'm giving it to, what's going on, right? And I'm looking for certain things. Not to be like nitpicky, but just to be like, you know what? I noticed this thing. I noticed this thing. And so for me to proceed with this person, I'm going to have to hear their views about how this is going to happen. How are we going to handle it? So like, if you go to somebody's house and you really dig them, you think they're really cool, but you go into their house and like kitchen's a disaster, bathroom's got like toothpaste schmutz all over the mirror and like the faucets, and you're just kind of like looking around, sizing it up, it's gonna beg a discussion. It's going to warrant a discussion. And I mean, it's not something that you might have to like, come at them, right away. But if it's trending where they only want to see you and you want to see them, and these are like key things that matter to you, then you need to discuss them. It's very important. It's a very logical discussion. I'll give you an example. Something simple, like pointing it out as an observation, not a criticism. This is the thing. You want to point it out as an observation, not a criticism. You don't want to like be judgy, but you do want to point things out and let them connect the dots. So, example, kitchen disaster. So you might say something like, wow, look at the chefery that's been going on in this kitchen. Oh my God, what did you make? Smells amazing. What did you make? What did you cook? Oh, for lunch, I made this thing. Oh, lunchtime. That was earlier. So you must have been busy today, super busy. Amazing. What'd your day do? What'd you do? So you see, you're connecting the dots. They have to connect the dots. Coming in here, you see my kitchen a mess. You're asking me, oh, what'd you make? And I'm telling you I had lunch and it's 8 p.m. Dishes, disaster, still have, like, so I'm looking at that now like, all right, so if I get serious with this guy, we're having a housekeeper. And there's going to have to be like a whole other order of what goes on. For it to work, for me. I'm here for me. I'm here for me. I'm not here for you. I'm here for me. So that's the other thing I want to bring to your attention. You got to know what you like and what you don't. And what will work and what will not. Because that's the difference between opening up yourself for someone serious with a future and that you're looking at those things, or if you're just into like a girlfriend-boyfriend experience. Because then those things you can kind of overlook. Why? Well, because I'm living here, he's living there. We're not going to merge lives ever. I'm not going to like see this guy that way. He's a disaster, right? So that's a boyfriend experience. So when you categorize people based on those important things that matter to you, then you can make some decisions. Right? So this is important stuff. It sounds trivial, but let me tell you what, if those things matter to you, you have to speak up for yourself. So, next question. What are your goals for a relationship at this point in your life? What are you ready for now? And what do you envision for yourself long term? Perfect question to ask yourself. Let's break that apart section by section. Why is it important to know this? Okay. So let's say you're like, oh, I want a relationship. I so totally want a relationship. Okay. But then you're like, you know, you have a business you want to do. You have this other, and all these other things that you're working on simultaneously, where you might not be clear about what a relationship means to you now. So it's really important, like, to get clear on what you have to give of yourself at this particular juncture of your life. Because it might not be the same or a match for some random person you're going to go on a date with. And they might be ready to give something completely different. So it's really important to get on the same page with that. And then, you know, that's why the question, well, what are you ready for now? It's a very important question because people go through stuff in life, right? So right now, somebody could be in the middle of selling their business, recently moved to a new place. They could be in somewhat of a transition. So they could say, well, what am I ready for right now for a relationship? I mean, taking it slow, seeing how we can learn about each other, probably hanging out, you know, two times a week, you know, definitely once on the weekend, you know, let you have an idea of what you are able to give of yourself now. But that can change, right? So that same example, you moved in someplace new, okay, it'll take you like 2 months to set up and whatever, not even. If it's me, 2 weeks. That's just me, right? So there's transition. Or just started a new job, or, you know, it's going to be weird. I have to travel a lot for work in the beginning. So, like, you're going to get a sense and a handle of realistically what you can give at this point. What can happen 6 months from now? You don't know yet. But right now, this is where I'm at. Communicate that. Very important. And then the third part of this is, what do you envision long term? What's the end game? What's the end goal? Is the end goal, you know, you want to get married and have 5 babies? Like, what's your end goal? And be honest about that. Be very honest. People are not honest. This is why people get hurt in relationships. This is why people waste time in relationships, because they're not honest about what they want. They're not owning it. They're not communicating it from the upfront. And they're also settling and sticking around and convincing themselves that they don't want what they want. Or even worse, that they can somehow magically change the person into wanting what they want. A frog is not going to dye a lion. A frog is a frog. That's it. They want what they want. So look, there have been instances and cases, of course, where, you know, a guy or girl, woman, man, whatever, they weren't looking for anything. They weren't looking for anything. I was just out and about having fun with my friends, and boom, I met this person. I wasn't looking for anything. I was just hanging out, minding my own business, and this wonderful person struck up a conversation with me, and now, boom, we're in a dating situation. Incredible. Right? But, important, I know my end game. I know how I want to live 10 years from now. Optimal situation, I know what that looks like in my mind. It's important to ask the person, what's your optimal situation? Like, let's say this thing sticks. What does that look like for you? What's the win in it for you? And if they, you know, start saying, well, I don't know, we'd get engaged, I guess. We'd move in together. I don't know if we need like a big, huge party and like, you know, all these bridesmaids and things. I already did that in my life. No need for that. But yeah, we could have a little celebration, a little commitment ceremony, something nice, dinner, a little surfy turfy. Nice. You don't know, whatever. You put it together yourself. You don't know. But you know what you want. And if you don't communicate that and you don't honor that, that's where resentments come from. That's where that self-talk about, I'm such an asshole, I wasted all my time with this person, this was ridiculous, there's 2 years of my life I'm never going to get back again, right? You start to say these things to yourself. Not good, not kind. It's not kind to yourself. But when you know what you want and you communicate it and you own it, and the other person isn't on that page, then you could be like, oh my God, love and light, found a friend in me no matter what, but this isn't a fit, because you want different type of end game. Your end game and my end game different. Now, important. Sometimes they will lie. They will say that they're open to whatever. I'm open to whatever. Let's see how this goes. Beware, because that can be code for, I want to drag this little girlfriend-boyfriend experience out as long as I possibly can, because I have no intentions of committing on that level to anyone. I don't want to live with anyone ever again. I don't see it happening, but I like this person. They're hot. I get along. This could be good for a while, or for however long I can keep it going. No. A lot of people do that. I did. I mean, to be fair, the relationship should be clear about the purpose it's serving, and be clear about who you are when you're entering the relationship. That's why it's important to ask all these questions. Sometimes you can enter a relationship with different answers to these questions, and then as you evolve through the relationship, things change. It's called growth. It happens. You can be with somebody in the beginning thinking, I just came out of something. I'm not looking for something serious. I mean, I just got divorced. Like, I just want to kind of chill with somebody, but I only want to be with them, and I only want them to be with me, and all is good, and we're loyal to each other and all that. And then as you go through that journey together and you start to like fall for each other, and then you're like, like, okay, 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago, I didn't think that. I didn't think I would want to be serious again. But now I'm in this with this person and we love each other. And it's making me think like maybe we can build something, significant and have a future together and all that, right? So see, that is allowed to happen. It's called growth. That's what happens. And it's nice when the person that you're with inspires you to think that way. It's lovely that you love somebody that way and you're like, I love you that much, like I want to be with you all the time. But sometimes they're all wadded up and whatever, and they don't, whether it might even be you, they might have an idea of somebody that they want to be with in that way, and you're not it. So you were slated for like the girlfriend boyfriend track because you don't have certain things that they would want for the wife track or the husband track. See how it works? Very complicated. This is why I coach. This is why I'm the coach, because people come to me with these things. Lisa, oh my God, I thought that he was going to be my husband, and I spent 4 years with this guy, and all he wants me to be is his girlfriend. I don't want to be a girlfriend. I understand, my love. I get it. I know it's hard. It's awful. It's awful. But you have clarity now. So now you don't have to waste another 4 years trying to figure out if this person is it. You're going to know 4 months. Boom. Is this person husband material or is he a boyfriend? And if he is a boyfriend, then I will behave as a girlfriend. Emotionally, all of it. I'll hang with you, honey. It's all good, but I'm not going that extra level, right? Or not. If you're really serious and you're like, yeah, I don't even waste my time with that, that's cool too. If you're just like, listen, I think this was fun, but I'm getting a vibe that I think this isn't a fit. That's it. And be able to have those conversations, which brings me to number 3, the final one. Question number 3 to ask yourself and them, could be both. Do you trust yourself to be okay no matter what happens? Or are you all squishy, attached to the outcome? It has to work. It has to work. I'm so old. I can't do it again. It has to work. No, it doesn't. Stop. Stop it. Stop with the self-talk, ridiculous talking nonsense, crazy nonsense to yourself. Do you trust your gut to respond to red flags? And red flags don't only have to come in the form of, toxicity and narcissism and all that. Red flags could be something as simple as walking up in this man's house or this woman's house and being like, oh my God, if I get serious with this person, I am going to be cleaning all the time. Or we're going to have to hire somebody. Or this can't be my person. So, simple things like that. Simple things like that. See the future ahead of time. And then ask questions. That's all, simple questions. For all you know, the guy's like, yeah, dude, like this is just some bullshit little rental that I'm living in. Once I have my house and this thing is on point, yeah, it's cleaning person every 10 days, boom handled, bathroom scrubbed, squeegee to the freaking glass, tiles on point, no schmuggy, ridiculous, hardened water crap. I hate it. I've gotten to be so anal in my later years. Yeah, I like things. I think I got a little crazy because of the COVID. Not gonna lie. I think the COVID-19 has taken my germ situation, like at least in my surroundings, and also married that COVID plus stay at home, work from home, entrepreneurial. Oh my God. First of all, entrepreneurial mindset, your surroundings matter so much to you. I never thought about this before until it was really pointed to me. So your surroundings really matter. So it's how you feel really matters. If you have cluttered life, you have cluttered surroundings, you have cluttered mind, terrible. It repels abundance. So, understand, do you trust yourself that when you see these things, these little things can you represent yourself? Can you ask the questions? Just want to get to know you better. What's your story? So, the other day I was like, so you're like a leave the kitchen a disaster, clean it in the morning kind of person. Okay. And then they come to my house and then it's like, dinner cooked, everything handled, and I'm full blown cleaning the kitchen, But I don't mind it. I want my kitchen clean before we take it to the TV. That's just how I roll. That's how I always rolled. I cannot go to sleep with a dirty kitchen. I think it has to do with, you know, like a little PTSD about roaches and things. Grew up in New York, you know, the Bronx, Brooklyn. You leave dishes in the sink, honey. And even Miami, honey, you want a cockroach the size of my palm? Leave some crusty ass pot in your sink overnight. See what happens. You're going to have a water bug doing a little jiggy jig on your countertop. So I think I have like some of that going on that I'm just like, and plus my mom, Lisa, make sure the kitchen is always clean before you go to bed. Yeah, that. Also, you know, just the way I lived my life too, in my prior life of being married for 17 years, like that was our jam. Like we'd have people over and whatever, and basic dishes were handled. I don't care how tanked up we were, we handled the kitchen as best as we could, at least enough to let it know. But this is a thing, okay? So everybody has their thing. So you have to represent yourself, to own your truth, and you just simply ask the questions, that's all. Doesn't mean it's a deal breaker. Doesn't mean that it's like, you know, a hell no. It could be for you, you know, or not. But it's certainly about trusting yourself, to honor yourself, to honor how you are and what your things are, and have a conversation. That's all. So these are the 3 things that we'll recap again. Number 1, is your life attractive to someone else? How are you living right now? Do you think that somebody would come in and be like, damn, like this is all right. I can see myself chilling in this living room, watching a nice movie, eating some delicious food. Like, give them the vision. But if you have like, you know, clutter everywhere and awful, it's like, no, my life isn't attractive. And not even the cleanliness aspect. It's also what you have going on in your life. Do you actually have the time and energy to give to a relationship? And if so, how much? What does that look like for you? These are important things to discuss early on so that you can be on the same page. And when you're on the same page, then things just flow. Then it's not like a big discussion all the time. It's just like, hey, where are you at with this? And then boom, and it's just like getting to know each other better. Number 2, what are your goals for a relationship at this point in your life? What are you ready for now? And what do you envision long term? Where are you at now? And what's the end goal? Where are you at? And 3, do you trust yourself to peace out if you see red flags or you see little things that, oh, this is for me? Or are you just going to stay in it because you don't want to be alone? That's codependency. That's a whole other jam. And if you're interested in sorting this out, if anything that you heard me say and you're like, oh my God, that's me. I end up with these people and then I'm in it and it's a year and I'm like, oh my God, I should have not have stayed. You need to figure out what it is in you that makes you stay too long, because that's a problem. And you need to figure it out, because you're only going to repeat and attract the same situations over and over and again. Same people, different shoes. Don't want that. You want to make the changes within you so that you learn from your past relationships, so that you get clear on what you want next, and then you open yourself up to receive it. So I'm hopeful this helped you out. I am Lisa Concepcion, certified professional, love life strategist, dating and relationship expert, and energy leadership master practitioner. That's right. I can talk to you, and within an hour, change your vibe, elevate your energy, get you from a negative to a positive, so that you can go out there and attract what it is that you want in your life. You can find me at lovequestcoaching.com, where I have a free love life assessment that you can go there and take. Tell me a bit about yourself, what you got going on in your love life, and any questions that you want answers to, and I will answer them specifically for you. Thanks so much. Much love to you, and good night.